Hi, I'm Christine, and I live in Western Montgomery County out in Poolesville. And I wanted to say thank you to the host who set up this event, and also thank you to everyone who shared their gardens already, because I've really been enjoying how people have been using their space. So let me show you the kitchen garden. I'll figure out how to flip this around. Okay, so it's in the corner of the yard. I'm just around so you get an idea. That's the kitchen garden. Here you can see the cold frames, and our garden kind of has a slope down to our house. So this corner gets the most sunlight, and since it's also kind of on a slight incline, it gets pretty good drainage. So we've had this garden in this spot for a little over 10 years. Mix of herbs, veggies, fruits, and flowers. And I've kind of started to transition it to more of a permaculture model where I don't have quite as much stuff that I need to plant every single year. So trying to go for more self-seeding stuff or stuff that will come back each year. So this year I got the idea to kind of organize it in rows. So I'll sort of give you an idea here from the side view. So this first row, which is new this year, the pavers, this is going to be a lavender hedge when it fills in. And then this row, originally with the potager idea, it was more for cut flowers. But as time has gone on, I decided I want to make it more of a pollinator strip in here. So we have milkweed, and then I have some seeds planted here that are just starting to come up that pollinators really like. These barrels, we have some lettuce, some green onions. Looking back sort of into the point, it's kind of a heart shape. You can see mint here. You can see rosemary kind of anchoring these four corners. Lettuce, raspberries. I'm going to be growing loofah. The thing from the shower, it's in the sponge family, squash family, if you didn't realize it. And they're really a lot of fun to grow. More herbs here, some dill coming up. Those are Brussels sprouts. Another tomato, thyme, lavender, more lettuce, some blueberries, some pollinators. Here, this blank space, we did have a tree there, originally a cherry, which was later replaced by a maple. Right now it's blank. My husband's in the process of building me greenhouse. And so we kind of want to see how the sun travels with the greenhouse before we figure out what we want to plant here. So mostly right now in the corner here with the blueberries are sort of tea plants. So lemon balm, some lemon verbena mostly. Over here, more herbs. And then this is the more established fig that we had. And so let me check my time. Okay, so I guess I'll talk a little bit about the actual structure of the garden. So here we have fiberglass edging, and then the path is landscaping fabric with pea gravel. And the idea here is to be able to amend the soil as needed and add in compost. We also have compost bins. And this way the fiberglass edging holds it back. And then the pea gravel with the landscaping fabric keeps the weeds from coming up too badly. What else could I talk about? Oh, I could show you this. So about 9 years ago, I was pregnant with our second daughter, and I knew I wouldn't be able to handle coming out to the yard and, pulling a hose across the yard. It's a pretty big yard, so the hose is way over there in that corner. You can see the rain barrel off in the distance. And so we got the good idea to take a soaker hose and actually bury it looped throughout the garden. He even made like tunnels under the paths all the way through. And then we had like a sort of like the end for the soaker hose there. So I just had to pull the hose, hook it up, start it, set a timer. But we did find over time that the soaker hose gets clogged. Originally it was buried under the mulch to kind of conserve water. But of course the con to that was that it got clogged up. I teach at Frederick Community College, and right across the driveway from the school is Frederick County's Career and Technical Center School. And the landscaping ag teacher there was saying that they use like watering tapes, and she recommends those over the soaker hoses because they can leak or get clogged. So we'll probably put those in the future. So really just kind of trying to make it as low maintenance as possible. Trying to make it attractive. I really like mixing in the flowers. It gives it some interest, along with the herbs, of course, and all the delicious things to eat. We also have a rock border around here that we've kind of collected here and there. Maybe I should talk about the mulch. I know people have a lot of opinions about mulch in a kitchen garden. I know it can tinker with your soil pH in ways you don't necessarily want. But this spot gets so much sun, it absolutely bakes, that I feel I want to keep it mulched to keep the water usage down. And so we've tried different mulches over the years. We've done straw. Can't remember what else we've used, but really this bark mulch, the nice dark color, seems to be what works best for us. We've also in the past, like when we were first getting this garden going and there were a lot of weeds that kept popping up, in later years we put layers of newspaper down around the plants and under the mulch, and that really helps smother a lot of the weeds. Let me show you, still good for time, real quick, the cold frames. So these are actually old sliding glass doors, and then my husband built the boxes for them, and you can prop them a little or you can prop them a lot. Right now, they're kind of a mess. They had kale, arugula, various salad greens, radishes, and we've been eating some of it, and others have been left to grow. But these cold frames, they were a real lifesaver with those cold nights that we were having recently. All my starter plants I could just put in there in the blank spaces and close them up. And as you can see, the greens we had growing in there weren't really affected at all. So I'll walk you into the greenhouse and then I'll wrap it up because I'm trying to be respectful of my time. So here I found the plans for this on the internet. My husband tweaked them to make them even better. So coming in, you can see we have some pavers and pea gravel. We have planter boxes at the bottom. And then we have shelves going here. And then shelves up top as well. So the next step is to put on a door. And we will also be putting up, what's that plastic sheeting stuff? Not sheeting, but the panels. It's kind of wavy. Tyvek, I think. That's pretty much what the ceiling, or rather the roof and the walls will be made of. And then we'll put in a screen door in the summer to help with ventilation. That's a puzzle we have to work out. So, as you can see, it's a work in progress. Some things got a little setback due to the frost and the funky spring we had, but it's coming along. And I should say thanks to my family for helping out in the garden, and I hope you enjoyed it.